Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, happy Monday. Bitcoin is heading higher, and this is only the beginning, but there are a few pieces of news today that I want to cover that's very, very significant. They're very important, so pay attention. And of course, I have other crypto news to share with you guys. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. 2 streams every day, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Although this week is going to be a little bit different, and I will explain why in a little bit. But make sure you hit that notification button. Also, follow me on Twitter, especially Twitter, Instagram, which I'm really trying to grow right now. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and also Facebook. So let's do this. Let's those of you guys that are here already, welcome. And boom. All right, let's change the screen here. So Bitcoin, oh, no, it didn't show. There we go. Now it showed. Okay. This is a weird bug for me. Okay. So Bitcoin is at 57,400, so a little bit higher, yes, than yesterday, than last week. And you know, people panicking all over the place saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 43,000. Well, it's at 57,000. It was at 58,000 not too long ago. So this week is looking pretty good, off to a good start. And you know what? This is actually really good because the overall market is actually, the broader market is actually selling off today. You can see NASDAQ is down 139 points and everything's down while Bitcoin's going up. And there's a really good reason for that. And we'll share with you guys, but overall Bitcoin is doing fine. Now, I did say March traditionally have been the weakest month for Bitcoin by far. And right now, knock on wood, Bitcoin is still up pretty significantly, over 10% for March. We still have a few days left, so we'll see what happens. But this week, off to a pretty good start. And traditionally in April is a fantastic rally pump month for Bitcoin. We're talking about 30+% year over year. I mean, for the last 3 years, it's like pretty consistent, 30% every single year. So, coming April in a few days could be very, very, very positive for Bitcoin if tradition holds. But there's just so much stuff going on with Bitcoin. There's just no reason for panic. That's why I don't get, you know, a lot of you guys I know don't just watch me, you watch other channels. You always tell me, hey, this person, or all these people are turning bearish and starting to spread FUD. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? This is definitely not the time to be doing that. I don't get why people are trying to say, oh, we're topped out. I mean, just pay attention to what's happening. Stop paying attention to whatever indicator or chart or whatever that's showing, okay, maybe we're coming close. No, just ignore that. Pay attention to the bigger picture. And then you'll do all right. All right, so first, let's talk about one of those bigger picture kind of moments, and that is this. The reason why the broader market went down significantly last Friday and today is because there's a large hedge fund that got margin called and they couldn't pay, so they had to be liquidated. $30 billion worth of stocks liquidated. And now all these other banks that are invested in this hedge fund, they are panicking and they're trying to get rid of their positions right away. So yeah, Wall Street, you know, just like 2008, people forget about 2008 and what happened with the banks. You know, the ultra greed with the mortgage securities and the toxic mortgage security and whatever the swaps they were doing. You know, they were just really greedy, just playing with leverage and leverage on top of leverage on top of leverage, right? So I think people are starting to realize that Wall Street can't be trusted. They're just greedy folks that have a whole bunch of money. So that's exactly what happened with this hedge fund. And what is it? Argos Capital Management, which had a ton of equities, but they margined. They didn't have enough money. They just bought, and then they got liquidated. $30 billion was liquidated last Friday, and now this is causing an effect, a ripple effect, right? And you know, the funny thing is, when this story came out, that's when Bitcoin actually pumped up. So, this is not a coincidence. I think this shows you a whole lot of people, maybe even from Wall Street, they're like, okay, we gotta hedge. We gotta hedge against we gotta hedge against the broader market because more of this could be coming, especially we've heard of GameStop and what that did with Melvin Capital, pretty much liquidated them. If it wasn't for that cash injection, they would have been gone. So we're starting to see a lot more of that because these guys go unchecked pretty much. Even though, yeah, we have this SEC and CFTC and everyone else that's supposed to be keeping them in line, no one is keeping them in line in terms of greed. And that could be the ultimate downfall, just like 2008 when everything went under, right? So I think this is very significant. It shows you that people are starting to pay attention now, that Wall Street isn't infallible. In fact, they make a lot of mistakes all the time. And in fact, what's worse is they get bailed out. Usually banks can't fail because they're declared too big to fail, right? For average Joes, that's not the case. But regardless, this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is here to stay, because people are recognizing and accepted the fact that this new emergent class of asset like Bitcoin is actually a really good hedge. And because it doesn't have a centralized body, it doesn't have any one person that's dictating what's happening, there's no one that can put monetary policy against it or anything like that, right? It is neutral and it's fair and it's governed by code. There's no corruption. So that's why people are turning to Bitcoin. So this is a very significant thing. I tweet this out. I know this is like, I don't know, what do you call it? Politics, economics, whatever, both, that a lot of people don't pay attention to. But this is part of the bigger picture. This is one of the reasons why so many institutions are jumping into Bitcoin. You have to pay attention to these kind of things, right? So this is pretty significant. Another thing has to do with, I mentioned monetary policy. So it looks like the Fed, Powell, and others, they're testing out. They're testing out digital dollar prototypes. And this will come in the near future. They have to do this. They have to do this because other countries are already doing it. China's already doing it. Russia's doing it, and other countries are doing it. So the U.S. has to follow, right? Here's the thing. Whatever they come up with, and this is in part created with MIT too. So here's the thing. And I explained this with my interview with Kevin on Meet Kevin, because he asked me about this. Well, do you think this is a threat to Bitcoin? No, I just got done saying. The thing is, whatever Powell creates and releases upon the U.S. citizens, it's still going to be the same thing as fiat. There's still going to be endless minting. Instead of printing, it's going to be endless minting. And it's going to be easier. And imagine everyone on their phone, right, that has a digital wallet, it could be integrated into bank accounts or whatever, right? Press of a button, boom, everyone in the United States gets more digital USD. So much easier than trying to transfer it and all this stuff and sending checks. It's just going to be more of the same. It's still going to be controlled by the US, controlled by the Fed. Is going to be controlled by Powell for now, right? There's still going to be monetary policy in place. It's going to still inflate at an ever increasing rate. So this does not affect Bitcoin at all. Again, this actually would help Bitcoin because it gets used to people. It gets people used to the fact that, yeah, digital currencies aren't fake. They're backed by something. And you know what? People are going to realize that holding a digital USD means nothing. You rather hold something that is an asset that will increase in value, that won't, inflate to basically nothing. That's why this is actually a good thing for Bitcoin, right? And just take a look. How many Bitcoins are there left? For those of you guys that aren't aware, there's going to be 21 million in total. About 89% is already mined. Right? There's not that many left, and there's only 900 being created per day, and guys like PayPal and Cash App and even Robinhood now, the people that are jumping in to buy Bitcoins, there's way more than 900. So this 2.3 million left is already gone. They're all spoken for. You're not going to buy any of these new ones. What you could do is you could buy off the people that have weaker hands than you, right? The ones that are selling. So that's what you can do. But you know what? The largest corporations out there and hedge funds, that's what they're doing exactly. They're doing it behind the scenes. Despite the volatility, this is what I've been telling you guys. Bitcoin goes up and down, volatility right now. They don't care. They laugh at that. They wish that most of you guys would sell your Bitcoins to them because they know there's just not that much. That's why you don't want to fall for that. That's why you want to continue to dollar cost average and hodl, right? When you have guys like Square and Tesla and MicroStrategy and everyone else that's about to jump in, this 1 trillion market cap that Bitcoin is at right now is nothing compared to where it will be in the future. To replace gold and get to that 12 trillion market cap, that could be just the beginning. There could be a lot more to it. The total equities market of the entire world is hundreds of trillions of dollars. So don't think just because Bitcoin gets to, let's say, $12 trillion, that's it. It can go way higher than that and much more than that. And Cathie Wood also agrees with that. Cathie Wood, one of the most respected people out there, she's a big Bitcoin bull. It's just like 1 trillion is nothing compared to where this will be in the future. So don't sleep on Bitcoin. Don't ever sleep on Bitcoin. And the good thing is, while Bitcoin continues to hold strong and head higher, you know what? The altcoins, they're not going anywhere. They're going to continue higher. They're going to continue higher because the whole market is driven by Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is going up 10x from here, you know what? Everything else is going to follow, right? So that's my ultimate answer because a lot of people ask me, how do you know, Ethereum didn't top out or Binance Coin didn't top out, My answer is because Bitcoin is nowhere near topping out. Bitcoin is going to go much higher. There's no way Bitcoin goes higher and nothing else moves. That just doesn't make any sense. There will be money going into them, especially from retail investors. So this is paying attention to the bigger picture, right? So hopefully that kind of explains why Bitcoin is heading much higher on a broader scale and on a shorter time frame. I think today what happened with that hedge fund also opened up a lot of people's eyes to question Wall Street and question why they're investing in hedge funds in the first place. Why not do it yourself? And why not just go with Bitcoin, the best appreciating asset for the last decade that has been going up, basically compounding 200% interest year over year over year over year. Why not? Why not? All right, now moving on. After that preaching, moving on to a few other pieces of news that relate to altcoins. Now I know a lot of you guys picked up on this one, and that is Visa. I'm going to share something with you guys I don't think anyone really connected the dots with yet. Okay, so this is going to be very, very important, so pay attention. Visa announced that they are basically settling transactions now with USDC. USDC, of course, is a stable coin created by Circle and Coinbase, and they are now allowing partners to settle fiat transactions with this USDC, and they plan on doing so themselves. And Visa processes a lot of transactions every single day. We're talking about trillions, okay? Here's what people don't realize. This is riding on top of Ethereum right now, which we know is not a good platform right now because of congestion. And also, this is in partnership with Crypto.com. Okay, so they're utilizing Crypto.com's relationship and USDC, and they're doing this payment settlement on Ethereum, which that's not very efficient right now. But when you're doing large amounts, I guess $30 gas fees, $100 gas fees, it really doesn't matter. If you're transferring billions at a time, it doesn't matter, right? But it can be slow at times. But guess who's coming out with their own chain? That's right, Crypto.com. I think this is part of their bigger picture kind of thing that Visa may utilize Crypto.com's new chain to settle maybe all transactions in the future. Not just a few from a few partners. Maybe Visa finds that this is much cheaper, much faster. Why not do it? So this could be enormous for Crypto.com. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, connecting the dots here. You know, I know that the chain is coming out, and I know Crypto.com is moving some services to it, but why do you need a whole chain for that? You know, what other use cases is there for it, right? Well, this is a big one. If Visa plans on selling all their transactions on top of it, then yeah, you would need a own chain. And it makes a whole lot of sense. So this could have been in the works for a long time. It's just that Visa is now saying this right before the chain is about to come out, right? I don't think this is a coincidence. I think this is all lined up, right? So yeah, I think this is very significant for Crypto.com. Just want to share with you guys. But ultimately, this is a big endorsement for blockchains and crypto and stablecoins. I think this is very big, very big. This is why I argue XRP. See, this is stealing XRP's thunder. Okay, this is why I always argue XRP not being a stablecoin doesn't make any sense. XRP should be a stablecoin, but I get it when it was created and when Ripple was gifted more than half the supply. Stablecoins didn't exist then, but it really should be. So if Ripple really wants to make XRP a settlement, like a cross-bridge settlement currency to be used worldwide, they should convert XRP to a stablecoin. That's what I'm saying right now. But they're not going to do that because they already sold billions upon billions upon billions of XRP. So they're not going to do that, but they should, because that's what makes sense. All right, moving on from here. Let me connect the dots with you guys on something that's even bigger than this. And that is Cosmos. Okay, Cosmos just approved. Remember, Cosmos just released their Stargate program, which is great. I love that show, by the way. Not just the movie, the shows. But Cosmos Stargate allows anything that's built with a Cosmos SDK utilizing Tendermint, basically to have inter-blockchain communication. This is the ultimate one. We've heard of bridges before, and there's certain chains that's coming out bridges, but Cosmos, their original vision was to have a whole bunch of chains out there, and all these chains can have interoperability between them. They could all chat with each other and create this entire cosmos of chains. If you think about it, the naming is just beautiful. It's a really good name. But this was just approved. So now inter-blockchain IBC can be conducted. And why is this relevant? Because I don't think you guys realize how many projects are built with the Cosmos SDK and with the Tendermint consensus. You would have, it really will boggle your mind to realize some of the biggest projects and chains out there are all utilizing Cosmos or utilize Cosmos. For example, Binance Smart Chain, and also Terra, and also Crypto.com. and the list goes on and on, even KuCoin, Kava, Band, and some of these other ones. I mean, there's a lot. And guess what? Now, everything, if they choose to do so, they have to choose to do so. All these projects now can open up IBC and now talk to each other. And think about, like right now with DeFi and NFTs getting so hot, now you can create the ultimate marketplace where all these guys are talking to each other. Every single one. So any DeFi project that moved to Binance Smart Chain recently, right, they can all interact with all these other players if they open up IBC. So you could have the biggest ecosystem out there. It's really mind-boggling because Binance Smart Chain is huge. And I think it's in their best interest to do so. But yeah, they could open up, and then Terra, they're a stablecoin maker, but they have a whole bunch of DeFi projects, right? Like Anchor is one that they recently opened up. They have Mirror, but Kava is also in DeFi, right? Binance Smart Chain also has a lot of AMMs, and they could all chat with each other. Like 1inch opened up on Binance Smart Chain, their DEX aggregator. So now technically, you can have, let's say, I don't know, Uniswap stuff come and come to Terra or something like that. I'm just making that up on the fly, but I'm just looking at the bigger picture, and if these projects all open up IBC, man, it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge, which is why I covered Cosmos recently. I said, don't sleep on them. I mean, they're already one of the more promising blockchains out there, but don't sleep on them because they are absolutely huge. Their SDK is used so widely. I don't think people realize how widely it is. And think about it. Now, Crypto.com and everything they're doing could be integrated too. And Visa could be integrated. And Visa, it could be utilizing, different stable coins. Rather than a USDC, they could use the Terra USD, or they could use Binance's BUSD. I mean, the possibilities are endless. They're endless. Absolutely endless. So, very, very exciting. And what relates to this, and I'm going to bring up one project I covered before, and that's BPro. Guess what? BPro is now on the Binance Smart Chain. See, I told you these guys are very ambitious, and they're not just sleeping and doing nothing. So BPro is now going to be on Binance Smart Chain. And because of that, they can now talk with, Binance Smart Chain has to open an IBC first. But if they do, then they could utilize all these other platforms too, and their tokens and so forth, right? See, this is crazy if you think about it. It's connecting the dots here. But anyways, it makes me very bullish on Cosmos, to say the least. All right, the last two things. Number one, this is insane. Someone takes an old Game Boy, and some of you guys are probably so young that you don't even know what a Game Boy is. But this is one of the gaming devices I grew up with, even though I didn't play it much. But they turned it into a Bitcoin miner, which is just ridiculous. It's just for fun. You can't really mine. You literally can power this for 1,000 years and not earn anything. But it's really cool, and it really works. So, really, really cool. There's a few super chats. Chain just released their roadmap. Don't worry about Chain. I have an interview. Besides this coming interview week, I'm going to have another interview week, and Chain Games is going to be on there. ETH versus BNB, that's a bigger debate question, but it wouldn't be bad to hold both. DSLA, not yet. And Anchor, yeah, Bobby, I've said that, but I don't know if that makes it worth like $1 billion project just because you could do one-click node setups. There's a lot. You could do that in AWS too, but I don't know. That's why I'm kind of neutral on Anchor. But what I do like is they have the liquid staking for ETH 2.0, which is really nice. All right, lastly, I've been hyping this up a lot, and I'm going to continue to do so, but I have all these interviews that are set to premiere, starting with LTO Network, and there's people waiting already. I mean, it's just crazy. Even the Harmony one, there's 14 people waiting. They're going to be waiting for 4 days. But you could join in on these right now. So this week is a little bit different because I plan on taking some time off, but who knows? I may still be streaming in the mornings. But at night, what I'm doing is this. I'm premiering these, so I'll show up in the live chat, and you guys can interact with me. But it won't be live. But I will be interacting with you guys. That's the whole point of premieres. So don't miss out on any of these. I think these are all fantastic interviews of great projects. And you know what? I'm going to continue this trend. In the future, I really want to do live interviews. But, until I figure out my sound issue, I'm going to have to do this, but the lineup after this, just as good. I have Orion Protocol, I have Zilliqa, I have Chain Games, and I just confirmed Hashgraph. So that is going to be my next lineup. And after that, I'm working on Voyager, working on Celsius, working on BlockFi, and others. So, man, the interviews is piling up. They're piling up, so you don't want to miss any of them. And as my interview skills get better, I'm going to be asking harder and harder and harder questions for you guys, and hopefully you guys learn more from them. All right, so that's my interview week. So just so you know, I will be showing up in the live chat, but I won't be doing a live thing, okay? And they're all about 30 minutes, so relatively short. Okay, guys, now let's do some Q&A. Merrick, sorry, I'm really bad with names, but Merrick asked, any thoughts on Litecoin? Litecoin BTC ratio all-time low, but Grayscale's Trust has a ton. PayPal going offer to customers. Sleeping Giant, no. There's a reason why Litecoin is not moving, yet Bitcoin is. Because as a store of value, Quite honestly, it's just inferior. I want to say something worse, like it's garbage, but I'm gonna be nice and be political and say it's just inferior as a store of value. Why would you? Why would you buy Litecoin over Bitcoin? There's no reason for it. Bitcoin has all the network effect, and every institution is buying it, putting in their reserves. So as a store of value, it's just better. And also, there's a more limited supply. There's 4 times the supply of Litecoin versus Bitcoin. So even if you look at it from a supply issue, right? That Grayscale Trust has been ongoing for a while. It's been out for a while. But if you want to store value, you go with the best. And that's Bitcoin. And no one will ever come close to them. So that's my thoughts. Thoughts on Alice before land sales, staking. You know, Alice got hyped up too much a little bit. I'm glad to see it come down. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, I didn't think about bringing the guys from Chromia on because Alice was created by them. Maybe. I do have so many interviews, and I like to interview the projects that I like, not just random interviews of projects I don't, or projects I don't like. You know, I would still, you know, I think it'll be an epic debate. Maybe not, because Charlie Lee is such a smart guy. You know, I would still like to bring Charlie on. Maybe he can answer, you know, some of the FUD I have about Litecoin. But yeah, maybe Ryan. I mean, I like Chromia a lot. My Neighbor Alice, I haven't played with it. Maybe it's a really good game. I don't know. But I like the fact that it's come down a little bit. Because whenever something gets listed on Binance, it always skyrockets and then it dumps. And then it finds like some, you know, floor. Then it starts moving. It seems like it has found that floor. Noah. This looks familiar. Syntrophy. Opposite of entropy. Turning chaos into harmony. The internet is in entropy. Okay, that's just too many. Okay, what is it? Transforms the public internet into a secure and user-centric internet where encryption and optimize. All right, I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. That's too ambitious of a mission. That is just not plausible. To transform the public internet into a secure user-centric internet, too difficult. So I'm just gonna stop right there. Icon is I mean, quite honestly, they just lost it. They lost their network effect. No one really talks about Icon anymore. So they were doing a lot in South Korea, trying to create their digital ID services and trying to get that utilized everywhere. Schools, utility companies, you know, fire department, you know, all that. But I don't know if they have accomplished any of that. And there's other promising projects that have kind of overtaken them. So I don't know if Icon can reclaim that. There's just so many projects, blockchains specifically, that they're just so much bigger now. And they have so much more adoption. So I don't know if Icon can reclaim their old fame. How about Elron Ego interview? DeFi 2.0, 14 days. You know, Elron, I wouldn't mind that. If you set up, I would do that. You know, a lot of these interviews are set up by you guys. So, you know, you could set it up, tweet me or email me. I think Elron would be a good one. I would like to talk to him. What about Siri network? Untracked, too new. Decentralized data on Finance Cloud. Backed by good VCs. What good VCs? Arrington. Okay. I guess okay. Not the biggest, but okay. Arrington definitely stands out. Binance Labs. This could be good. What are they, though? What do they do? I have no idea what they do. Okay, that's just... Data Cloud Platform. SaaS. DeFi. So they're basically creating a data marketplace slash cloud computing, something like that. Maybe with a focus on DeFi. This could be interesting. That's a good play. I think that could be interesting. So I'm going to put that on a maybe list, and I'm going to do more research into them. Man, there's a lot of super chats here I'm missing. You do. Enterprise platform for decentralized capital markets. Partners, some backers, but okay. And enabling enterprises to manage and invest their crypto assets and say, okay, I've seen this before. I mean, not to say it won't work, but there are, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if enterprises really go trust like a company like this for their trading. I think they would just much rather do it themselves or go to like Goldman Sachs, you know? I would think that they would trust like someone like Goldman Sachs to handle it much better than themselves, but maybe some will. I don't know. I think it's just too early at this point. And yeah, not any good exchanges right now. Oops. QuantStamp, no one talks about QuantStamp anymore. For smart contract auditing, they kind of just died down. Someone that asked me about DSLA, maybe it was you. You don't want to get into something that gets listed on KuCoin right away because they're just like Binance. They get pumped up right away. Not as much, but yeah. A hedge against infrastructure risk, adds native risk management and parametric insurance capabilities. I'm just going to stop right there. No. Insurance, I don't trust them. I don't trust any insurance place in DeFi. I mean, in crypto. Nope. Thoughts on future of Hashgraph? You know, that's why I want to talk to the CEO. And I forgot his name, but I looked at a few of interviews. He seems like a really nice guy. I'm going to talk to him in 2 Fridays. So hopefully I can get a rundown on Hashgraph. All right, this live chat is going nuts. Too many people are just stop spamming. Axion, I think this is an old project. Yeah, no. Nope. Elongate. If this is some kind of like meme coin created based on Elon, then I'm yeah, it doesn't even show up. Nope, doesn't show up. And someone gave $50 to talk about Elongate. What are you guys talking about? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Yeah, this is stupid. It's some pump coin. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. Jacob, all the pros of being a Patreon member is listed on Patreon, so I don't need to. I don't want to shill it too much, but it's there. If people want to learn more, then check it out. But all the benefits are listed in there. Why is Chainlink underperforming? Because I don't know. They don't have really anything big, exciting going on right now, but they're kind of like a blue chip. They're there and they'll do well. So compared to some of the newer, hotter things that's going on in trends, yeah, they're gonna be slow a little bit, but you know what? I think they're gonna be just fine. They'll be just fine. Yeah, Vince, I figured that. So now anyone that talks about Elongate will be banned. Just like if they talk about that other SafeMoon project, they're gonna be banned. Rich Buddy, what did you say? I missed it. There's so many. This week, lenders now accept BTC for home down payment. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that is... I don't know if that's a real thing. Here, let me see if I can get this. Lenders accepting Bitcoin as down payment on home purchases. Exotic mortgages volume fell 30%. Why are they exotic mortgage? Interesting. In March 2020, exotic mortgage world froze up. Why is it labeled exotic? Oh, non-qualified mortgages. Okay. Yeah, I know the market is just so hot right now. Like real estate market, a lot of people think it's a bust, or it will be a bust that like the bubbles go burst. I don't know. Me personally, I was thinking about doing some kind of investment properties to kind of diversify a little bit, but I'm talking to a lot of people that think it's going to be a bust, just like people think that crypto's going to be a bust. I don't know. The top is coming. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So, yeah, I appreciate that solid answer, Alex, Alexander, but I'm not going to be looking at it. I'm not going to be looking at it. Whenever I get too many people coming in to my chat trying to spam, like what's happening right now, I automatically think it's a scam. And most likely it is, just like SafeMoon. Or Orion Protocol. Orion is good. I like Orion a lot. They're an aggregator. And their new terminal mainnet is coming out pretty soon. So, and I had the interview with the CEO coming up, so I like Orion. OMG, I don't think that Tether's using OMG anymore. They're supposed to, but I don't think they are. Near Protocol is $2 billion. They're pretty big, and I don't know anything about them. The builder's fastest path to market, open source platform that accelerates the development of decentralized applications. You could build your first app in 5 minutes. Okay, so they're like white label solution or like a one-click setup of dApps. Rewrite nothing, gain everything. You can run your app on Near with Ethereum. Okay, so they have their own chain that's EVM compatible. And they will also bridge like DeFi tokens and NFT tokens and contracts. You know, this sounds a lot like Harmony, but it seems like they may have a better way to deploy dApps. You know what? I'm gonna pay more attention to this. Near actually looks pretty good. And they're at Binance. Are they at any U.S. exchanges? Not really. Crypto.com. Near doesn't look bad. I like it. Thanks for bringing it up. I'm going to do more research on them. I have looked at Marcos out of all the projects, all the small caps. I looked at Glitch, and honestly, I think there's something about it. There's something about it that makes you feel comfortable with that. So I need to do more of a deep dive, but Glitch actually seems like they're pretty good. Excuse me, XYO. Come on, load. Brett, appreciate that. XYO Foundation. I don't know what it is. Facilitate education, research, and continued development of XOK to increase understanding. So, but what is it? I guess the foundation is just, they're kind of like, they're coming out with a blanket statement like, we're helping educate on blockchain. I'm guessing they have some kind of blockchain and wallet app already. Kind of hard to see what they're doing at this point. I don't know. maybe. Not very fascinated by that. Win, no. No. Anything on Tron just is a loser right now. So BCH is also a big loser. Kim.com probably has a gigantic bag he wants to unload because he probably fell for the Roger Ver hype. And yeah, Bitcoin Cash is like the biggest like garbage, the biggest cash grab ever, and really diluted Bitcoin because of it. So get rid of Bitcoin Cash right away. Fifth Avenue, Bananical Auction House and assets on OpenSeas mints one NBA card NFT with the collectibles. Did they have the right to do that? Did Panini give them a right or NBA give them a right to do that? Is that even a project or you're just letting me know about that? Because Panini owns all the licensing for NBA cards. So now NFTs is a little bit different, but hopefully they have licensing to do that. But it could be good. OpenSeas is blowing up, by the way. Superfarm, not really a fan. Not really a fan of crazy yield farming. I don't like Modea or Modena or whatever it is, MDA. I don't like it. Odds Finance. All right, I'm going to have to go, let you guys go. But Odds Finance, pretty small. Multi-chain options trading. Okay. I'm not a fan of option trading. We know that Bitcoin gets manipulated because of options. So just for that, just from an ethics standpoint, I'm not going to like it. What is your opinion on Crypto.com? I just mentioned big news about Crypto.com and connected the dots. So scroll to the beginning of the stream. All right, guys, that is it. I mentioned many reasons why Bitcoin is going higher, is heading higher, and this is only the beginning. Short-term distrust. Actually, it's not short-term. It's going to be long-term. Basically, there's a lot of distrust. Distrust in Wall Street, distrust in what they're doing, how they're managing money, and of course, you know, the monetary policies and what the feds of the world are doing. That's not good. So Bitcoin is here to stay. It's going to go much higher. There's actually no reason to be worried about Bitcoin at this point. And if Bitcoin heads higher, everything else will follow. So things are definitely looking better today, but I think the rest of this week could be fantastic. All right, guys, that is it. I have 30 years. Okay. Oh, you have a card. Okay, you're talking about yourself, Fifth Avenue. Okay. But even if you have the card, I don't know if you have the rights to do that. Just because you own the card doesn't mean you can create the NFT of your card. So you better watch out. If it goes for a high value, you better watch out. The NBA might come after you. So be careful. All right, that's it, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Like I said, this week is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to still try to stream in the mornings, but if I can't, I will let you guys know. Follow me on Twitter to make sure. But these interviews are set. Okay, these are interviews set. So hopefully you guys enjoy them, and I'm going to join you in the premiere. I'm going to talk in a live chat, but not do anything live during those streams. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good one.